dumb what they've decided to do with this bike. With this stream. It's kind of stupid. Oh well. I'll leave it upright for now. Not the best lighting out here today either. Anyways, figure we'll get started on this. I've got a pretty gnarly misfire, and I ordered a new fuel pump for my bike. I got about 60 miles out of the old setup, and then something happened. My front cylinder is just not getting fuel. Now, I went through the fuel system once when I first bought it, and I went through it again yesterday. So I know the injectors are working, and I know all the tubes are clear. So this is going to come back to either some kind of like airflow problem, maybe. I highly doubt that. Could have a vacuum leak on the front cylinder. I'll check that. I'll look at the boots and see what's going on there. I don't smell raw fuel coming out the pipe, but like I said, I got to pull the tank anyways today because unfortunately, I got to pull the fuel pump out and go through the system today and see if anything's being blocked or anything like that. So I figured, hell with it. It's not great lighting today, unfortunately, but I don't know. Hopefully you guys can partake. Hopefully you can partake in what's going on here. I should probably go grab my tablet so I can pull up the comments in case you guys are commenting. I'll be able to read them while my phone does the live stream here, but for right now, let's go ahead and rip this tank off. You'll forgive me. I'm a little bloated because I just had surgery, so everything's very puffy right now in my midsection. It sucks, to say the least. So, let's tear this thing down here. Gotta pull the seats off so that we can get the tank off. We'll start with the rear bolt back here. Oh boy, I love tearing this bike down. This is like the 4th time. At some point things get a little bit annoying, you know? Come on off there. Get off of there. There we go. Set you over here. Put the screw back in. I don't like to lose screws. I'm not a fan of losing the screws. That was a size 12 to take off the rear bolt. I believe this is a size 5 to pull these. Allen, size 5. Yep. I've done this so many times now. It's become an annoyance. Not making me happy. Having to tear this new bike down so much is just not making me happy. I'm not sure if I get this thing running right and I don't have any issues with it for a year. After I get it running right, then I'll take some consideration on Suzuki making decent cruisers, but these M50s and these C50s seem to be very problematic machines. And they're ticky. They make all sorts of noise. I don't like bikes that make lots of noise outside of exhaust noise. I like to just hear exhaust noise. I don't like to hear anything else. These C50s and M50s are just noisy, clicky, chattery bikes. I don't like that at all. Just not a fan, let's say. Alright. Seat should come up now. Beautiful. I got my saddlebags coming in today for this as well. Let's pull the tank bolt. Size 12 on the tank bolt. Move this washer out of the way. We're going to set the washer and the bolt right there so I can't misplace it. I know where it goes. I'm going to grab a paint can here. Gonna lift up the tank like so. I'm gonna reach in here and disconnect the wiring. There we go. Disconnect the main fuel line off the bike. Come on off there, you bugger. Come on. You can do it. There we go. That takes care of that. Alright. Now, set the paint can down. And straighten out your handlebars. If you're like me, we're gonna reach over here. I have this up on a lift. We're gonna grab the tank, pull it backwards, lightly. Shouldn't be too heavy because I took most of the fuel out. And we're gonna disconnect the instrument. Really? Don't do it again. Stay over there. You're gonna annoy me. It's gonna make me very upset. Don't do that. Where is that clicker? There it is. There it is. And now the tank just comes right off. And there you go. You got access to everything. So, the first thing I'm going to do is inspect for any kind of air leak that might be going on here. I need to look at these connection points on the cylinders with a flashlight, make sure there's no cracks. Then I'm going to check my fuel injection prongs to make sure I didn't bend a tab when I was putting them back in. I highly doubt I did, but you never know. So, that airway is fully on there. I don't see any cracks. The rear cylinder. I may have to remove this to take a look at what I need to here. However, I think I'm good at the moment. Set this aside. This one should just pull up and go right there. Let's remove this secondary vacuum airway. Airways. Make sure these tubes are still in good shape and they don't have any holes in them or anything. Each one of these runs one of the cylinders. So, set that like that. I'm going to disconnect that fuel injector on the front, and we're going to disconnect the rear injector here. Alright, come on now, don't be spewing all over the paint job. Of course it did. Just pissed all over my paint job. Damn it. Ah. Stupid. Stop leaking fuel. Give me a sec, guys. I'll read the comments here in a second. Get a little water on here just so that we can displace the fuel so it doesn't eat away at the paint. Neutralize any effects that might be coming off the gas fumes. I'll just leave that there for now. Alright, let me have a look at the comments. See who's saying what. Like I said, I need to go grab my tablet. I don't even know if you guys can hear me really. Oh, we got 18 people watching. Cool. Why is it not showing me any of the comments? That's kind of stupid. Show me comments. Comments. Live chat. All messages are visible. Good. Show me the messages. How come I'm not seeing any messages? Alright, let me go grab my tablet, guys. Let me run inside real fast. What's up, 24 people in here right now? So I've already pulled the tank. It didn't take me very long. We're only 10 minutes in. I've already removed all the seats and pulled the tank. I'm going to be inspecting the fuel injection system today because I just had all this apart, and I'll check the spray pattern on both fuel injectors and they're working, but for some reason the front cylinder is not getting much fuel at all. So we're also going to tear the fuel pump out of the actual gas tank. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. I don't even know how long my phone will hold up, to be honest, but let me go grab my tablet so I can read the comments. Let me get you guys closer here. I'm pulling up my live stream right now. You guys can kind of see what I'm up to. I realize the lighting in this garage is just not very good right now, and I apologize for that. Tilt this down a little bit. Pull up my live stream, and that way I can see what you guys are saying. It's just not very good right now, and I apologize for that. Okay, turn that all the way down. What the hell just happened? Well, I do not like the new live features. This sucks. What the hell just happened? Why is this not showing me my stream? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get very upset. Let's go, tablet. Hurry up. Christ, this thing's a piece of shit. There. Alright. Just told me the stream was over. I'm like, how is it over? It's not over. Alright, so I can see the comments. If you guys are commenting, I think I can. Yo, at least you'll know I'll take it apart. Oh, dude, I've done this so many times now, it's not even funny. This has gotten like really, really old taking this apart. I shouldn't have to know my bike this well. That just goes to show you that these things are problematic. So, those pins are in good shape. The fuel injector over here, and by the way, I went through and redid all the O-rings on this as well, so. Okay, fine. Fall that way if you want to, whatever. Let me undo this airway hose here, get this out of the way. Get off there. Stick you right there for now. Let me take off this airway so I can get at the front fuel injector. I need to be able to remove the lead and have a look at it. I also want to check it on my multimeter and see if it's getting power. It should be getting power. It's frustrating that I feel like I'm not getting power from it. Alright. Let's have a look here. Come on off there, you bugger. There we go. Reach down and unplug this injector. Alright, That's unplugged. I also need to check these airways. Which means I'm gonna have to go grab my key because I need to look inside here at the butterfly. So, yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. Let me make sure I didn't bend those prongs on that pin up here. No, those are in good shape. I'll re-plug that back in. Matter of fact, I need to see if this is getting power. They should be distributing like 5 volts. Let me grab my voltmeter. Let me grab the multimeter. Alright guys, I had to run inside and get a quick way to plug in this phone so that it'll stay charging while we're doing this. Something tells me we're going to be at this a while, so grab my power bank, plug this phone in. There we go. See if I can straighten that out a little bit for you guys. There. You might be able to see better. Oh, I love your bike. Thank you. Why don't you own a race bike? Alex, because I'm almost 40 years old now, man. I've had a lot of bikes, and sometimes I get race bikes and I play with them for a while until I realize that I don't need that kind of power and stupidity in my life as an older man, and then I sell it again and get a cruiser, and until I'm like, God, this is too awful slow, and then I buy another race bike, and then for 3 or 4 months I get it out of my system, peppering the throttle, and then I end up going back to a cruiser because I'm like, dude, you're almost 40 years old, stop doing this to yourself. It's an on-off, love-hate relationship, that's all. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is check these butterflies, and then, what would be a cheap, good first motorcycle? I will honestly tell you, probably one of the best starter bikes that is easy to work on, that I feel like anybody can own, is going to be a GZ250. Try to get one from like 2004 and up. Some of the older models are a bit more difficult to work on, but if you can get your hands on a GZ250, you normally pick them up for like $1,000 to $1,400. They're very easy to maintain. And they're little rippers. They'll ride all day at a reasonable high RPM on the highway. As long as you're not beating on the bike, it'll last a long time. But the maintenance on them is super simple. They designed them for basic riders. So little tiny cruiser. Get yourself like a little GZ250. I think you'll be satisfied with that chance. So let me crank this over. I gotta see if these butterflies are gonna move. Alright, they don't appear to be getting stuck. Yeah, they're working good. Okay. So I know my front fuel injector. I want to test this for power. Let me lock that up against there. I think I'm going to start with 20 volts. I don't think it produces 20 volts, obviously, because it's only a 12-volt system. But, that being said, my next down from that would be 2 volts, and I think these require at least 5 volts to get working. I'm not sure which one's positive, which one's negative on here. But I I got no reverse current on that, so let's do this. And these might also not be powering up because they don't have the power switch connected. The fuel pressure regulator might not be kicking these on. Alright, well that one's reading as flatline, but let's check the rear one and see if that one's reading flatline as well. If one of them is getting voltage and the other one's not, then that would indicate that we definitely have a problem. But if they're both not getting any voltage on the key turn up, that would tell me that it's waiting for the voltage regulator or the fuel pressure regulator to come on. So let's do this. I'm going to put this back on 20. Even if these are backwards, it's just going to show me negative current going the opposite direction. Stay there. Stay. Stay. Alright. Yeah, I got nothing across the board, so it wants to be connected to the gas tank to kick the fuel injectors. Okay. So I can't test those that way. I wanted to make sure that front one was actually producing. I just feel like that's really tight. I don't know why it would be so tight. Why are you so tight? Let me actually rearrange that wire. I don't like how that's sitting. I feel like the person before me was the one that made that decision that that should be that tight and in at that angle. It's a bad angle to have this at. I know you guys can't see it, but it's a bad angle. I feel like it would be better off going maybe underneath and around. No? Why is that so damn tight? That seems really excessively tight. This whole system here seems too tight. Alright, well, I redid that. So, pop this up. So,
how you doing?
what's going on, man?
Hey, man, I wanted to ask for your card.
Do I have a card?
Yeah, I've got a friend who asked me about if I knew anybody other than my neighbor.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. I'm actually in the middle of a live stream. Give me 1 sec. I'll go grab a card for you. I got you. Give me 1 sec, guys.
Who is this guy?
God, I haven't even opened these in forever. Oh, I'm actually just gonna write my number on the back. These are more just for like the channel handout. People can see what I do. To Daniel. Sorry for the writing.
What's your name?
Daniel.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for this.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we do everything, jet skis, dirt bikes, four-wheelers, ATVs, two-strokes, doesn't matter. I just have fun in this garage.
All right.
Hi, guys.
Alright, sorry about that. What's up, Ryan? Be a cheap bike, you gotta unplug your flux capacitor and splice it. Dude, that's actually a really good call. Splicing the flux capacitor, huh? Yeah, I thought about it. Did you see Advanced Auto Parts actually just released a, you can purchase a flux capacitor now from Advanced Auto Parts. It's really expensive, but it looks fully functional. You just plug it in. I mean, obviously it's not going to make you go back to space or anything, but it looks super fully functional. It's kind of neat. Lights up, does all the stuff, makes all the sounds when it's powering up. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Plug and play. Called it. How many horsepower is that scooter? Well, this only produces a little over 50. It's 805 cc's. Produces a fairly good amount of foot-pounds of torque, though. I'm at a point in my life where I just don't need a big, heavy, fast, crazy bike. I'm feeling this bike. I like it. It's got plenty of power to get out of the way of things. Me and her can ride on this comfortably, and so I just don't see the reason to have any more power than that anymore. Maybe at some point I'll upgrade again. I don't know. I got this bike for a fairly good price from some guy who was, you know, just didn't understand how to work on bikes, which happens quite often. That's how I end up with these good deals. But this one's presented me with nothing but problems since I bought it now for over a month. It's been hell trying to get this back on the road comfortably and happy. So it is what it is. I'm making the best of it. You know, overall, I'd say everything on the front here looks good, so I'm not going to keep tampering with it. I'm going to go ahead and put this back together. We're going to work on the fuel pump now because I got to remove the fuel pump from the fuel tank. That's a whole job in itself. And we'll do that together if you guys want to. You just got to tell me whether you want to do it or not. 13 people still in here. What's up? I'm thinking of getting a Suzuki 1200 Bandit. It's used, and I never rode one of those. I'll tell you what, man. A Bandit 1200 is an animal. You got to make sure that you are ready for a bike like that. It is a very powerful machine. It will do power wheelies with very little effort from a low RPM value. It's not like a 600, man. Those things are torque monsters. I had a 1200 Bandit and it scared the living bejesus out of me. It was a pretty rowdy bike, dude. Think about it this way. It's considered a hyper bike. It was like the release right before the Hayabusa came out. So you had your hyper bike and then you had your super bike, which was the Hayabusa. So it was a mix. It was like a crossover bike. It was a very interesting machine. You know, it's only 100 cc's less than the 1300 Hayabusa. It's made by the same company, and it has an 1100 GSXR engine in it that is actually bored to 1200. So it's a rowdy machine. Don't kid yourself because of the looks, bro. It is an animal. It is a 5-speed drag bike is what it is. It's a very scary machine if you don't know what you're doing. So now you know. Oh, dude, I would choose a Bandit over a 650 any day. That Bandit is just a complete animal, bro. It pulls like a freight train. Just the amount of steam that it produces under the hood is insane. I should say under the tank. Alright, let's plug that back in. That settles there. This gets turned around backwards like that. Inserted into there. And then this gets put back into here. Carefully. Kinda, maybe, no, damn it. This thing does not want to do what I'm asking it to do right now. Insert that line backwards, would that make your life a little bit easier here, thing? Come on. There we go. I'll take it, whatever. It works. Alright, I'm not going to tamper with this whole system over here any further because I don't think it needs it. Is that connected? Yes. Okay. So, I think I'm done with this. I feel like the reason I'm not getting fuel to that front piece is actually something over here because I'm not getting any FI indicator lights. So there's no fault indication lights. You know, I figured I'd go through that system one more time just to see how I was feeling about it, make sure I didn't miss anything, and you know, hopefully that would explain away why I have a front cylinder that's not firing or getting fuel, but I think this is coming back to probably fuel pressure regulator and fuel pump problems. So, yeah, there's that. Let me take you over here to this tank, and we'll have a look at what's going on inside this tank. Oh, I'm trying to think of the best place to work on this tank with you. Probably over here on this table. Let me rearrange this. I'm gonna go get a towel to lay down so you guys can see what I'm doing over here. And we'll set my power bank over here. Cheers to everybody that's sticking around on the stream. I know these things can be kind of boring, but they definitely help my growth. Smashing the like button definitely helps the growth too. Figured it'd be fun to do this with you guys. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. You'll have to give me your feedback. So, grab the tablet. We will prop the tablet up over here so I can keep reading the comments and watch the stream, make sure everything's going good. Grab a chair. Put that over here. And grab these because we're going to need them. Grab a towel here, guys. We want to keep from damaging the tank, obviously, if we can. So, I'm going to lay a towel down out here. Put all the tools on it. I don't want to scratch up the tank at all. There we go. And we'll transfer this over to here. All right. Oh boy. Bike looks pretty clean though. Yeah, actually, dude, it looks. It was a garage kept bike, so it's actually in really, really, really good shape, man. It's like almost in pristine condition. So, kind of the reason I bought it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do that. So I've already actually had this tank apart. I went through the fuel system and cleaned it the other day, and I'm thinking maybe I actually affected something by doing that, because when I put it back together, I started running really bad. It started running not so good. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but something happened. Something did not go smoothly, so let's remove this again. I feel like I just did this job. This time I emptied all the fuel out of the tank before I got started though, to make my life a lot easier, as it was miserable last time. There's probably a little fuel left in here, but I'll go ahead and suck that out with my electric fuel pump here in a minute. There we go. Remind me to reseat all this when I put this back together. This flow tape is not sticking very well. Let's see the inside. Damn, that tank is mint. Yes, I would agree with you. It is very good shape. 1, 2. Like I said, the gentleman that had this was just an older guy. You know, garage kept. He did a really good job until it started having problems, and then he sold it. You know, he sold it, and he said the one thing that I knew was going to be the problem. There, see, I'm getting some gas leak out, so we're going to actually lean this back a little bit. There still seems to be a considerable amount of fuel in here if it's leaking already. So let me lean this back just slightly so that it doesn't keep coming out there. Then I'll go grab my electric fuel pump, and we'll get the rest of the fuel out of this. So for right now, I'm going to set it like this, and oh wait, there's not much fuel in here, hell. Let's see if we can get this out together. This is such a miserable thing to take out, to be honest with you. I might have to grab my, come on, there we go. I gotta disconnect the fuel sending unit first. This is in the way constantly, so I gotta disconnect the fuel sending unit. There we go. And now we can start figuring out what angle to take this thing out at. This gets really fun, let me tell you. it starts pulling itself out on its own. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Probably goes this way, I would think. It wants to come out this way. Suzuki designs the worst fuel pumps in the world. I just want to throw that out there for anybody who cares. They are just so god awful at designing fuel pumps. Look at this shit. What a horrible design, huh? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Come on. You're almost there. Come on. Whew. Dude, laugh. I promise you, laugh away. These are the most miserable fuel pumps to get out. Like I said, Suzuki, in my opinion, Suzuki designed the worst fuel pump system ever on motorcycles. This is crazy how they have these setups. It's such a garbage way to do things. This won't even let me move it forward or backwards now. It's like literally just a half step from being out. Let me see if I can move this and that's what's doing it. That might be what's stopping me at this point. Come on, you dog. 20-minute video of me just struggling with this thing. Come on, dude, really? What are you getting caught on? There's nothing there. What the hell is that? Why is it in the way? Alright, well, let's see if we can put her back in. I'll try to spin it this way, see if we can get it over that hump. No, it wants to go all the way back in. I'm going to turn it this way and see if it comes out on this side instead. Let's see if this side's easier to get it out. There we go. It wanted to come out with a right twist instead of a left twist. That is crazy. Crazy. All right. Whew. You guys enjoy watching that struggle? Struggle's real, bro. Struggle's real. Alright. Now I just took all this apart. Just had it apart. So, for some reason, I believe this fuel pressure regulator is having a problem. Or it's given up. One or the other. Now I ordered a new fuel pressure regulator, which is what this is. I think this one's having a problem. It's a weird line to have connected there. Weird, weird, weird. All right, well, I've got some flake rust in the bottom here, so I'm gonna go through this with a magnet real quick. I find the easiest thing to do to get the most amount of rust out of something like this is to put something wider on the end of a magnet, dip it down in there, and you'll be able to pick up 3 times as much stuff with it. I'm seeing a lot of flake rust at the bottom here, so. Well, this flake rust isn't in good enough condition to go that way, so now we're going to switch over to the big magnet head. This is interesting flake rust. It might not even be flake rust. I may have to suck all that out with a vacuum. Some of it is fake flake rust and some of it's not. Some of it's particle debris, dirty gas tank. Alright, well, we'll work on that later. We're not going to fuss with it now. Hip boy! Let's take this thing apart. Pop that off there again. Loosen this guy. Pop that off. Pop that off. We got some kind of little thing here. Pull that off. There we go. Pop that guy off. Oh, you're really wedged down there, huh? Grab a pair of pliers, see if we can get that guy off there. Oh, damn you, Suzuki fuel pumps. Wow, that one's really stuck on there. Interesting. Why are you so stuck? Well, that should not be that stuck, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that right now. Wow. That's crazy. Huh. Well, you know what? May not even worry about this because we're about to replace it anyway, so may not even stress it. wrap up here at first. Before we do that, let's undo this one. Gosh, these connectors are so bad. Oh my god. And all this stuff is just stuck. Alright, well, I'm gonna do this. Holy cow. Why are you so stuck? Oh. Well, that's going to take a lot of work to get these connectors out here, man. That's crazy. Cray cray. It be like that sometimes. Oops, well, that sure went flying. New fuel filter and maybe pump. Yep, that's what's going in. I gotta wait on the parts, but I'm gonna tear it down today so everything's done. That's what we're doing together right now. There we go. Little extra torque. That's all she needed. So we just gotta remember how all this stuff connects. That's where stuff gets fun. This is where stuff gets fun. Alright, so future reference, that went like that, that went like that, and that went like that. So probably take a picture of that so I don't forget the layout of this side. Tablet real quick, snap me a little photo. Photo live. There we go. Back to big screen. Whee! Alright, so now that we know what that looks like, that's fun. Set that aside. This should pop off there now. Another little tiny screw. This one went in there, I think, right? Yeah, that was that one. Yes. Okay. There we go. Set that over there. Should be. There we go. Yeah, it sucks that wouldn't come off there. Yep, good times. Pretty sure the fuel stuff here should be pretty easy to take off. Set that there. That one goes there. This should just unplug from here somehow. There you go. That's how that unplugs. And while I'm here, inspect the rest of this. I hear you. I hear you, drill. Particles. I got particles in there. This thing's got fuel all over it now. I'm over here playing with electricity. Poof! Let's at least get the fuel off of it. Oh, I said an oil too? I didn't even realize there was oil down there. Alright. Well, because so much damn debris is coming out of this thing, I'm going to take this off. Clearly this bike has some little issues. Wonder how much crap would come out of that if I sprayed brake cleaner inside of there. My curiosity is getting the better of me. That was a lot of crap out of there though. There. Blech. 9 people watching still, huh? I haven't bored you guys yet. Yeah, there's a lot of crap inside here. Oh my goodness, is there a lot of crap inside here? Crazy. Wow. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Alright, well, I'm going to let that dry before I pop that back on there. There was definitely a lot of rust particles and debris in there. There's not any more. So, you know what? I'm assuming this fuel pump is the problem here. This has got to be the issue. I mean, it's been just sucking this crap up. This is so stuck on here, I can't even get this off. Oh, there we go. Boom. Got him. Got him. Just took a little second, that's all. Alright, cool. So, it's just gonna sit like this and dry till all that fluid comes out, and that's it for our live stream today because I've torn down everything I wanted to get down to. I just need to work on this tank, and that's boring, and you guys don't want to sit through that, so I'm not gonna make you. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through it. Blind Neil, what's good? What's happening, brother? So yeah, we've done a lot of teardown already. I don't even know how long I've been live for, but it's probably been close to a little over an hour. So far, we've disassembled the entire bike, went through the fuel system on that real quick, and I'm almost at this point. I'm almost positive that our issue with this bike is coming back to the fuel pressure regulator, probably going bad, and the fuel pump is probably on its way out. Judging by how much crap and debris made it this far up into the system, right, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is probably shot on the inside of the internals on that fuel pump. The fact that it was able to get all that crap past this is mind-blowing. But it doesn't matter because, like I said, I'm about to replace this, and then we're going to clean the tank properly and slap this thing back together, and yep, should be good to go. Shouldn't have any lack of fuel at that point. Shouldn't be lack of fuel. I did actually, yes. Yes, I did. I've actually cleaned them and checked the spray patterns on them already, so both of them are good to go. They're fine. The only thing that could be happening is either the fuel pressure regulator is not regulating proper pressure to get enough up to the front cylinder, which is why I think that's where my problem is really coming in at here, is that the fuel pump and the fuel pressure regulator are weak. I think they've been dealing with a lot of this internal tank crap for way too long, and there's so much particle rust and flake debris inside here that, you know, I can pretty much assume that I think we trashed it. Whoever had this trashed the fuel pump. You know, there's a lot of crap at the bottom of this, so I'm gonna. Tis what it is. New to this stream. Why is this buffering so much? That's buffering. I wonder if this is buffering. An hour to. I'll catch you guys on the flip. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to see myself quite often when I'm doing things. That's because for myself. That's why I talk to myself a lot when I do this. So, cheers to everybody out there. Feel free to ask your questions if you have them. I realize I did a lot of, you know, talking and not really paying attention to the comp. Anyways, catch you on the flip. Toodles. I don't even know how to stop this.